Hey friends, it's Greg. Normally I don't do videos where I talk about personal stuff. I prefer to kind of keep the whole Adventures by George thing kind of as a separate thing, but I've been thinking about this the past day or two and kind of feel like this channel is more than just me going to theme parks and hanging out with friends and things like that. It's also meant to be a way to document things that have happened in my life. And something kind of happened over the weekend. It kind of scared me a little bit. I thought that I would go ahead and kind of recant what happened the other day. So this weekend, my wife and I started kind of our moving process. We've been moving a little bit at a time here into our new house, quite a bit lately. Just little bits here, little bits there. I've shown you video of my game room that's in process, and that's all fun and all that. But this weekend we actually did a huge piece of moving, which was kind of moving some of the stuff out of my storage unit that was my grandmother's and moving it over to the house. So we were moving some stuff, boxes and tubs and tables and chairs and beds, a couple of mattresses, a couple of box springs. Those things are a lot heavier than I remember them. Also, an organ, the sit-down organ that you would play was hers. Was in there. Extremely, extremely heavy stuff. I remember 3 years ago when we moved that stuff into that storage unit, I didn't really have any problem with it. But for some reason, I guess because I'm 3 years older, the mattresses and the organ, it caused me to overexert myself, I suppose. And I started to feel really weak and dizzy and tired. And it wasn't super hot or anything, but it just was enough to really do a number on me. And just imagine what it was like back in high school when you had to run around the track. You had to run the mile around the track, and that tired feeling that you get after you've run the mile. You stop and you put your hands on your knees and you lean forward and you breathe heavy for a little bit, and a couple minutes, you're back to normal again. Everything's good. But in this case, it felt like it just wasn't getting any better. It kept getting worse, and I didn't know what to do. So I sat down, I drank some water. My wife and my son were there with me, of course. Sat down, and I was doubled over just a little bit on the chair. And I was intentionally breathing heavy, because I feel like if I were to breathe shallow, that wouldn't be enough oxygen for me. So I was breathing kind of like that, intentionally breathing loudly. And I felt like that the way I was sitting in the chair wasn't good enough. I felt like I was getting worse and worse and worse. And this was over a course of about 5 or 10 minutes. And it just didn't feel like it was getting any better. So I felt like I need to go over there. I need to sit down on the floor, on the ground, and kind of lay flat a little bit, lay back just a little bit. And I think I closed my eyes for a moment. And a few seconds later, what felt like a few seconds later, I was sitting on the ground with my leg kind of twisted backwards, kind of Sarah Connor style from the first Terminator movie. And I don't know how I got there. So I can only surmise that I blacked out maybe at the same time as my getting up. So that was a little bit scary. I woke up. I felt like I was dreaming probably about Facebook or something. And I woke up and I looked around and I was on the ground. I don't know how I got there. So my arms started to feel numb, like not like a heart attack feeling. I mean, I've heard stories about how I think it's your left arm that feels like a shooting pain in your left arm when you're having a heart attack. I don't think it was that at all. I think it was more my arms felt like they were like they had fallen asleep, like there wasn't enough blood pumping to keep my arms awake, basically. And I think ultimately, I think that's what happened. I think that my heart just wasn't up to the task of pumping enough blood to my brain to keep me awake, to keep me conscious. And yeah, that was really scary. And you know, I've had moments before where, you know, I'll feel kind of dizzy for a moment, and it'll pass after, you know, maybe 30 seconds or so. But this didn't pass. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So yeah, it made me want to realize that I'm not as young as I used to be, and that probably I need to do something to build up my heart strength, because I don't feel that my heart was strong enough to provide enough blood to my brain to keep me awake. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of alterations, not anything drastic. I always have to kind of ease myself into things. I can't just jump whole hog into things. Certain people can do that, but not me. I have to kind of get a feel for it first and do it really slowly. So my intention is to get my treadmill up and working again at my new house. And I've got a setup where I'll have the TV, I'll have an ATV right there in front of me, so it'll be a little bit easier, a little bit more palatable to do some treadmill exercising. And I think that's where I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start just a little bit at a time with the treadmill and go from there. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of document that moment. I know it's not the same as actually being there at the moment, but you know, when it's happening, just pulling out a camera, and it seems weird. So, but I did want to make sure that it got documented. And the other thing that I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit, this is something else that's been weighing on my mind for a while, and it's just basically the whole YouTube thing. You know, the whole YouTube thing. I see other people, friends of mine, who are constantly making really, really amazing and funny videos. And then I look at my videos and I think, man, these are just kind of boring. I'm just like a regular guy making videos. You know, I'm not super funny. I'm not super cool. You know, I'm not loaded with knowledge about theme parks and attractions around Orlando. You know, I don't have a witty repertoire. Gosh, everybody wishes they were somebody else sometimes, you know. Everybody wishes they could be, you know, Justin or Adam or Sean or even my friend Ryan. You know, you always wish that you had some component of theirs as part of you. I'm a much better humorous writer than I am ad-libber, or someone who can come up with something on the spot. I really try to do that sometimes, and I just draw a blank. I feel like there needs to be a slight change to the way that I make videos to more suit me personally versus trying to be like the other guys. You know, one of the people that I really look up to is Justin Scard. I like his editing style. I like the way he's got quick cuts, but I can't keep up with him. I can't do that. I just can't do that. Actually, I think of all the vloggers that I watch, I'm probably, and I hope he doesn't take this as an insult, but I'm probably closest to Tim Tracker. You know, going to the park, looking around, maybe going on some rides. Although the difference between me and Tim is that he is way more observant about things than I am. He seems to remember a lot of things, and I always forget stuff. And then, of course, there's Ryan, my friend Ryan, who can come up with stuff like on the spot. We did this video the other day where he did the idiot tours the UK, and I'm thinking to myself, how is he going to come up with this random stuff to make it good? And he just did, just right on the spot. I don't know how you do it, buddy, but then there's my friend Sean, who just oozes cool. I can't be that either. I can't be cool. I can't be funny. I can't be knowledgeable. So I don't know what that leaves me. I guess it's just a personal thing that, you know, everybody struggles with. They really don't know what defines them. Anyway, so the future of the channel, I'll probably change it a little bit. I'll probably do something a little bit different. But I do want to say, to those who do watch my videos, to those who are loyal commenters, thank you so much for commenting on the videos. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I enjoy it. I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy editing the videos. That's probably my favorite part, is the editing of the videos. Hanging out with my friends Ryan and occasionally Adam and Tim and Sean and Jason and everybody. Anyway, the future of the channel, I don't know. I'm going to try some experimenting and we'll see what happens. After all that, there's one more thing that I definitely need to do, and that's to get a haircut. It's been a while, so thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you hopefully in the future.